And spring means Riverwatch season for New Brunswickers who live along the St. John River. It is concerning. Water levels in Gagetown and Jemseg are expected to have passed or exceeded the flood stage, and communities under flood watch include Fredericton, Woodstock, and now Quispamsis and St. John. So joining us with the latest is New Brunswick EMO's Jeffrey Downey. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Good morning.
And what are the water levels like this morning?
Well, for the most part across the St. John River and its tributaries, it's been rising since the weekend. We had some fairly heavy rain. It did some significant impact to the snowpack in the north, and it started melting a little more rapidly than it had for most of the freshet season. And Gagetown reached flood stage earlier yesterday, and we have two other communities, Jemseg and Sheffield, that are certainly getting close.
They're getting close. Okay. Have there been any damage or other impacts due to the rising waters in Gagetown?
Not yet. We had some impacts earlier in the Riverwatch season related to ice jams. Ice jams are very hard to predict. You never know when or where they're going to happen. And we certainly had a few homes where people were evacuated. But otherwise, it's been fairly uneventful so far.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you, how has this year's Riverwatch compared to last year, for example, or even, I know in other seasons we've had some dramatic flooding, but compared to last year, how are we doing?
We're doing about the same as last year. We've been very fortunate the last few years, certainly compared to 2018, 2019 for recent memory, where we had significant impacts across the province. Roads and homes and businesses sustained a lot of damage and even some bridges. But this year, the river's been cooperating fairly well. But certainly today and for the next few days where the river's going to be rising, people need to be aware.
Now, when you're watching the waters and the forecast, I understood that it was supposed to sort of peaked yesterday, but from what you're saying, it looks like there's a chance that the waters will continue to rise into the weekend and beyond.
Yeah, it's certainly going to at least be maintaining where it's at. It looks like, according to the forecast, it could go up another maybe 10 centimeters, which isn't too bad. We'd certainly rather see it going down. But so far, it's looking fairly good that come Friday, the river should start dropping again.
All right. And then traditionally, when would we begin to see the waters recede and Riverwatch beginning to be able to back off a bit?
Well, it really changes from year to year. Certainly some years we've been closed down in April. Other years we've been going into May. There's really no way to predict how fast the snow is going to melt. There's lots of snow in the north, and how quickly it melts determines how high the river rises and when Riverwatch shuts down. So certainly we're still active. So people need to be aware and be cautious around the river.
Yes, that was my last question for you, was just any message you wanted to get to people who live in flood-prone areas of what they should know in order to be prepared.
Well, really, it's a message for all New Brunswickers. For the most part, they're fairly well prepared. Riverwatch is an annual thing. They know that the river's going to rise in April, maybe even May, and it's going to go down eventually. They're usually well prepared. The problem is people who don't maybe have the experience around the river. They see that, oh, it's not too bad in my area. The river must be safe. We should go in, or we should walk down riverbanks and check it out. That's terribly dangerous. The riverbanks are quite soft still from all the melt. The river's moving very quickly. There's still lots of debris in it. The water's very cold. So we hope that people use caution around the river right now, even though their community may not be flooding.
Oh, that is a great information to get out. Yeah, those riverbanks can be soft and dangerous. Where can New Brunswickers go to get the very latest information, Jeff?
The gnb.ca/Riverwatch website. There's a lot of valuable information in there, including current water levels, the forecast, flood preparation. We really hope that people will go there if they need to be informed.
Perfect. We will put that information on our website as well to make it easy for people to find. Thank you so much for this update this morning, Jeffrey.
Thank you very much.